DJ Scratch and Sniffers in the house. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. GameFi podcast. We talk everything gaming, art, music, esports, and film. Season 2, full effect. Happy New Year again. I don't know. I'm probably going to stop saying Happy New Year after a little while. But 2022, we're still in the first month, so it's all good. It's all good. Making it do what it do. I'm your guy, Coach E, here. GameFi podcast. Practicing what I preach and preaching what I practice. That's my new tagline. So yeah. In the studio, LivehiphopDaily Studios, you know, we got Jay Black in the house. We got Chemical in the house. You know what I'm saying? We got our guest. I'm going to let him introduce himself to you all very shortly and everything. But we're having a good time as always. Hope y'all having a good time out there too, and y'all staying safe with everything that's going on right now. With all these different COVID variants and like it's supposed to be like it's some Loki type stuff going on. I don't know what's going on, but hey, all right, that's what we're doing here on the GameFi podcast. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
My name is Nigel, also known as Nitro Hotfire Online. I am a gaming enthusiast, entrepreneur, cosplayer, filmmaker, all that good stuff.
Nigel. That was a whole lot. But you know what though? That's cool. I'm loving it because, you know, we got to be a lot.
Yeah.
We can't just be a little. We got to be a lot.
Not
Be a lot. Not nowadays. And with that being said, we're going to go right on into the gaming segment. Yeah. GameFi podcast, where we talk everything gaming, art, music, esports, and film. We're in the gaming segment right here. Got Nigel right here. Nitro, you said Nitro Fire?
Nitro Hotfire.
Nitro Hotfire. So you can't leave out the hot. You know, you got fire there, you got to have a hot fire. We got Nitro Hotfire up in the house. Yeah. Doing our thing. We in the gaming segment, and we just going to get right into it, everybody. We're not going to keep y'all waiting on this one. Mr. Nitro Hotfire.
Yes, sir.
When did you first fall in love with video games?
Ooh, I was a young kid. I didn't grow up very privileged, I will say. So, like, my family, we was always, like, at least a console and a half behind. So.
You said a console and a half. Not just a console. I'm with you, though. I'm with you. Keep going.
Yeah, we was rocking the NES for a minute while everybody else was on PlayStation 2. So, you know.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
But, you know, we did a lot of gaming growing up. Didn't have pretty much anything else to do. When I wasn't gaming, I was into martial arts, watching movies and stuff. And I was always into, like, the nerdy stuff, like anime and stuff. So it kind of all stuck together.
That's good, because, you know, we got the next segment is the anime segment.
Ooh,
so arts and anime. So we're going to talk about that in a second. So I'm glad to hear that. So where are you from? Tell everybody where you from.
I'm originally from Chicago.
What part of wait? What part of Chicago? Like Highland Park, or what part of Chicago for real?
I'm over there on Stony Island, so it's not too bad. It's the east side.
I feel you. Well, you know, east side is the rough side usually, but south side for real though. That's the rough side of Chicago.
Yeah, so I moved down to Alabama when I've been back and forth my whole life. My mom wanted to get closer to family, so we ended up coming back down here, and I've been down here ever since, bouncing around.
What part of Alabama? See, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of a geography lesson because we're going to talk about this. It's pretty cool connect we got with this. What part of Alabama?
So we first moved to Selma, Alabama.
All right.
Then I came down from Selma to Montgomery.
All right, the Gump.
Then we went from Montgomery to Tuskegee.
Tuskegee in the house.
Then from Tuskegee to Auburn.
Oh, then y'all went back up to Auburn. Okay.
And then finally I landed in Opelika, Alabama.
Okay, which is in between Tuskegee and Auburn.
No.
It's between Auburn and Atlanta, really.
Yeah,
so you go Opelika, then you hit Auburn, then you hit Tuskegee. And it's down I-85.
If you're going back,
where you going back? What from here? I mean, we're in Atlanta, so this is geography. Yeah. So we're in Atlanta. So you hit I-85 south, and just keep going I-85 south. Then that's the natural progression. So you're gonna hit Lynette. You're gonna hit Crusader.
That's how you say that?
I don't even know how to say it. That's how I say it. I don't know how you say it. That's how I used to say it. But then you hit Opelika. Then you hit because you got the Columbus exit that comes up. Then you hit Opelika. Then you hit Auburn. Then you hit Tuskegee, Notaslogla, whatever that other. And then you get to Montgomery after that. So that's kind of like the little geography lesson I was gonna give y'all right there. Because I went to Tuskegee University, so I always going through, I was always going through Opelika all the time, and a lot of back roads. I would get off there because for me that was almost kind of almost a halfway point. Yeah. If I needed to, get some snacks or whatever to take me on into Tuskegee, I was like, okay. Once I hit Opelika, I was like, okay, I ain't that far away. Just got a little bit left to go.
You remember the roads like a truck driver.
I mean, shoot, I spent 6 years almost at Tuskegee. I ought to remember. I mean, shoot, I had to, man. We did a lot of road tripping, man. We did a lot of road tripping. So, but that was good times for me. Got in a litend bit of trouble out there. So, spend a little time Opelika, getting in trouble. So, I mean, it is what it is. But it was a lot of fun. But a lot of folks don't know about Opelika, Alabama. But that's cool. It was cool to find somebody that's out there right now. So, what are you currently doing let me see. Do I want to talk about that this segment? Should we do that? Well, we can hit on that in the esports a little bit later. But what are you doing out there in Opelika right now?
Right now I run a business.
All right, what's this business that you got going on?
It's a gaming cafe.
So. Gaming cafe.
Yes,
Okay.
I like to think of it more like a community center. So, because like I've done a lot of research on other gaming cafes around the world.
Okay.
And mostly what they have going on is like you come, you pay, you have a certain amount of time, you play, and then you go home. But I want to do something different, so we kind of adopted the model of like a gym or community center.
I mean, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I gotta get them with the monthly fee.
Hey, that's what you do. That's what you do.
But then they just stay as long as you want. You just come in, you play, you hang out, and we sell food there as well. And we want to promote people to actually stay within the community,
right? Because
a lot of gamers, they grow up, they don't really have a friend group, a solid friend group that they grow up with. So we want to give a space for people who are looking to meet new people and things like that.
That's what's up. So what kind of games are y'all playing?
Right now, what's really hot, always hot, Smash Brothers.
Of course.
So we do Smash Bros tournaments. We're running Halo right now. Halo Infinite just dropped not too long ago. So a lot of people are playing that right now. And then sometimes we play Overwatch. We play some Call of Duty. It kind of depends on people's mood.
I feel you. And so, man, that's tight. So what's the age group of the folks that's coming up in there?
18 to 35.
18 to 35. Yeah. So if you 18, 35, and you somewhere between Atlanta and Montgomery, and you looking for somewhere to game, then you can hit Opelika right there in between, and then do your thing. What's the name of the shop?
Nerd Torch Cafe.
Nerd Torch Cafe. Nerd Torch Cafe. Where can they find it? What's the website?
Nerdtorch.com. Check us out on
nerdtorch.com. Real easy. Nerd Torch. And we got this bag over here. What's up with this bag?
We also have our own brand, so it's called the Nerd brand. So
that's what I like, the Nerd brand. So I need me some Nerd brand. So what's inside of the what does your catalog currently have inside of the Nerd brand?
We do shirts, hoodies, jackets. We getting into like lifestyle products, kind of like blankets, shower curtains, like anything you want to decorate your house with.
That's Nerd certified. Don't take that. I, that's my thing. I'm gonna trademark that Nerd certified. But that's what's up, man. I'm gonna have to holler at you because I know we wanted to start doing like I have some graphics.
Yeah.
From what we do because we also have a company like you see Ferris Conclave, PCX Go. So we've been doing tournaments and stuff, but I wanted to start kind of getting some merch out there, branding out there. I mean, we've done some in the past, but I haven't really done much with it. So I'm gonna have to bend your ear. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bend your ear on that one so I can go ahead and get that launched out there the right way, and get people get people on that and make sure it's Nerd certified. You know what I'm saying? That's what I might have to start saying so we get other folks with their brands and we make it Nerd certified. You know, if it ain't Nerd certified, then it ain't right. It ain't for real.
And I've always been interested in like doing my own stuff. Like so, like whenever I'm at the store looking for clothes and stuff like that, I never really see anything that I want to wear. Because I'm like, man, if I wear this, somebody else gonna be wearing it. You know?
But I mean, now you got a whole business. That's what you want. You want people to see it and be like, yeah, I want that too. I want to wear it. I want to rock that bag. Now, look, I'm telling you right now, a lot of the students I work with, they would love that bag right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's nerd culture, man. When I was growing up, that wasn't hot. It wasn't hot to be a nerd. You know what I'm saying? But now
things are changing.
It's hot to be a nerd. I think it was 21 Jump Street, 22 and a half Jump. The second one, when they went back to the high school, or it might have been the first one. I guess it was the first one. Oh, first one. Thank you, Kimiko. But that's when they said it in there. They was like, shoot, the Channing Taylor dude, he was Tatum, whatever his name is. Yeah. He was like the jock or whatever. And when he went back, he thought he was gonna be able to be a jock and then be popular again. But that's not what was popular. It was popular to be the nerd.
Exactly.
So his partner, who was the smart guy, who was the nerd, you know, he had all of the props and whatnot. So that's, you know, I think I grew up, you know, maybe 20 years a little too late, you know what I'm saying? I'd have been hot and popping out in them streets because I was definitely a nerd in school. But, you know, I did pretty well on both sides of nerddom and jockdom at the same time. I played the both sides pretty well growing up. It was fun, but I mean, so what came up? Where'd you get the name from? Nerd Torch Cafe. Where did that come from?
Well, I kind of started off as a Instagram influencer.
Okay.
So like a few years before I came up with the cafe, well, a lot of years before, I was interested in like short films and doing music and stuff. So before the Instagram, I was on YouTube. I was making rap videos on YouTube.
So we got some rap videos out there.
Yeah, that's a rap video.
Okay, I ain't gonna get too tough of that. We're gonna talk. We're gonna hit that bag. We're gonna stick a pin in that one.
Yeah,
and the music segment, we're gonna get on that. We're gonna get on your rap career.
Yeah, but then what ended up happening? This is a spoiler for that part. I was like, man, I ain't making no money.
I mean, that ain't too much of funny. You ain't making no money. You can try it for a while, but then you gotta switch.
So
I ain't making no money. So I ain't no rapper.
You know, one day, I just had to realize what was happening. I was like, all right, this ain't popping.
That's all right. Hey, it's a journey.
And so I did a lot of research. I quit doing music, so just to get into studying. Okay, so obviously I'm not making no money. So something's wrong with me. So I had to study, and figure that out. And why am I not making money? So I started studying all the greats. I started watching interviews from like Master P, Jamie Foxx, stuff like that. Yeah. And all of them talk about business and what they did to kind of progress their music careers and just entertainment in general. And then I got into watching Gary Vaynerchuk. He's been talking about like entrepreneurship and stuff, and he was giving out like marketing gems for like online marketing. Yeah,
I don't have time to watch Gary V. I pulled out a couple of stuff. I mean, I've heard, he put out some good stuff, but I'm gonna stay in my lane, and I'm gonna let the folks that's good with Gary V and understood it. So we're gonna partner. I'm gonna let you do what you do, so I can focus on what I do.
That's right. So then, I realized, all right, so he's giving me the marketing stuff. I was like, all right, so that's what I need to make the cash. And so what I ended up doing was I was like, all right, so everything I'm learning now, I need to put it in practice. Okay. And so I thought about, all right, what's 3 things I like? And I was like, okay, I like just me in general as a person. I like anime, comics, and gaming. So I was like, all right,
that's a good trio right there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start something. And so I started the Instagram page to kind of figure out like what's this marketing stuff that Gary's talking about and stuff like that. And so after that, like when I started, I said, all right, this is about to be my job.
Oh, so okay.
From 9 to 5, I was posting every hour on the hour.
Wow.
9 to 5 for 2 months straight. Never took a day off. 9 to 5.
Wow.
And so that page, it started Nerd Torch TV. Mm-hmm. So that was the name of it. And I was just sharing like anime memes and stuff, and like different like cosplay pictures, just sharing stuff.
Right.
Just made a like a curation page. And 2 months later, I was at 5,000 followers, and I was like, oh, this is working. And so now I was like, all right, so I could sell some T-shirts and stuff, and make some money off of this. So. Funny thing happened.
Uh-oh.
Still ain't made no money. So I was like, hold up now. I got all these followers. Nobody buying nothing. So I'm dropping shirts and stuff, like, what's up? So I come to realize at that time, I had 5,000 followers who are all under the age of 18.
Oh, and they ain't got no money.
They ain't got no money.
Well, that'll make sense. I got you. Okay.
So, like, I would drop stuff, and, like, my comment section would be flooded. Like, oh, this is dope. I can't buy it because I don't have a credit card. That'd be the comment section.
They couldn't get their mama to
That's what I was doing. I was like, hey,
tell your mama.
Tell your mama. They'll buy it for you. It was like, nah, man, my mom ain't gonna buy me nothing. So I was like, all right, this ain't working. So
man, that's funny.
So I was like, all right, I got to pivot again. So I had to pivot. So I was like, I got to come up with something new. So I was like, next thing I did was, I was at a convention. This convention doesn't even exist anymore. It's called Nerdicon.
Okay, I was going to ask you what the name of the convention was. Okay.
Conveniently enough, it was in Columbus, Georgia.
Okay.
And I was like, what if I interview like some folks, like the voice actors and stuff? Like, what if I did that?
Right.
And so I was like, but why would they talk to me? I don't know. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just try, cause that's one thing. Is like, I always say, be in the position to be told no. Mm-hmm. And so until you can just be in a better position where you don't have to be told no. So I was like, all right, so I guess if I walk up to them, so at this point I was, like I said, I was studying. I studied sales and marketing. So I was like, all right, so I'm gonna walk up to them, be very professional, and just ask for the interview. And so I walk up to my first interview. I remember it was actually Benjamin Diskin. He was the voice of number 1 and number 2 in Kids Next Door.
That's right.
He did like Stitch in the Lilo and Stitch animated series. He did a whole bunch of stuff, Man,
Final Fantasy
awesome stuff, crazy. So I walked up to him and I said, hey, Mr. Benjamin, my name is Nigel. I'm from Nerd Torch TV. It's a TV show where we talk about anime, comics, and gaming. We're here doing interviews with the voice actors, and we want to know, are you ready for your interview right now? And so key to that is I didn't give him the chance to say no.
Now, did you hear the way the pitch was? It was an open-ended question, as if it was already scheduled.
Oh, it was already scheduled.
For him, in his mind, he didn't allow Mr. Benjamin to be like, oh man, okay, I'm supposed to be doing. In his mind, it's like, oh, I got an interview to do. So am I ready? Because either I'm ready to do the interview or I'm not ready to do the interview, but I'm going to do the interview.
Exactly.
Either way it go, I'm going to do it. Either I'm going to do it now or I'm going to say, okay, come back in 5 minutes and we'll do it again.
That's it. That's
Jim, message.
That's one of the things
Word.
in sales. And that's what they tell you to do in sales.
Wow.
They tell you to
I
assume
love
the sale.
that.
Assume the sale. So I assumed the
Man.
sale. I was like, hey, are you ready for your interview right now? And he's like, well, I guess I'm not doing anything right now. And so I had a camera with me. I set up a tripod. I stood right there. We stood right there in front of him. And we had our first conversation.
Man.
So then this is where I discovered the usage of clout. So I was like real life experimenting with clout. So I was like, from there, I was like, hey, I went to the next person. So I was like, hey, my name is Nigel. I'm here from Nerd Torch TV, the spot where we talk about anime, comics, and gaming. I just did an interview with Mr. Benjamin Diskin. And so I was wondering, are you ready for your interview right now next?
Genius. Jay Black, do you hear this genius over here? Are you ready? Because it's not, first of all, you just got through Mr. Benjamin.
Oh, yeah.
Second of all,
name drop.
Hey, you're like, well, he just did. Well, shoot, let me get my interview in. I might not be. You know what? Come back. Keep going.
Yeah. So
this is amazing. This is amazing.
And then it was like, I want to say I did 5 interviews that day. Every time I just name dropped the last person. It's like, oh yeah, I just finished with so and so.
This is amazing.
Would you like to do your interview next? I actually had somebody tell me, they was like, oh, well, Benjamin did it. I guess I'm ready to do mine now then.
Exactly. Man.
I was like, oh, here we go.
that is genius.
And so from there, I was like, all right, so now I have to use this clout to build into something else. And so from there, I was like, conventions always invite guests to be out there. What if I try to be like a guest or it's like somebody of the press? So I do the same thing, type up my email to conventions. So I was like, hello, my name is Nigel Manjuri. I'm from Nerd Torch TV, the spot where we talk about anime, comics, and gaming. Like, same spew every time. And then every time I mention where I'm from, I will post like a link in the email. I was like, you can see that here. We have 5,000 followers on Instagram, and I tell them we do celebrity interviews at conventions.
And then you had all the ones you had already done in the past.
Link. I was like, we've already worked with Benjamin Diskin. Link right there. We already worked with this person. Link. We already worked with
Genius.
Link.
I'm taking it out too. I'm telling you right now, this week, I'm going to be on the phone with some folks this week. And I'm be like, listen, we just closed a contract. This school just came on into the league right now. I mean, are y'all ready to come on into the league?
There you go. Assume the sale.
Man, you got it from Gary Vee?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, I guess I really do need that.
You got to watch it.
I got so much stuff to do.
And so from there, I started going and I didn't even tell them too, because I also learned from I call it old school YouTube. I was on old school YouTube back before people were getting paid.
Right.
I used to watch. I think it was Dave Storm that actually posted a video on this. He said how to collab with other creators. Right. And so one of the things to do is have your idea already ready. And so make it so that the other person, all they have to do is say yes. It's kind of like people always say we should work on something, but no one ever has anything like. And then,
what's the something?
And so they was like, have the something ready, and then basically give the other person, all they have to do is say yes or no. All you have to do is show up. That's all I need. And so that's how I posed the email. I was like, hey.
This man is a genius.
I was like, we pay for all our travel, all our lodging. All we got to do is show up. And you just got to let us in. I'm trying to get passes for me and my team, and we're trying to get press passes for free. We just trying to get in and do the interviews, and y'all can do whatever y'all want with the video. That way you provide
right. You provide a value to them. Yeah.
And like they don't got to give me nothing, but just come on.
They just give me a pass, which they can. That don't cost them nothing.
It don't cost them nothing. And so from there, that's how Nerd Torch TV kind of got popping.
Wow, that is, come on now.
Yeah, and then I had to use, it actually gets even crazier than that. But then Pokemon Go dropped during this time too.
Right. Okay. That was a fun game.
Yeah. So it was a worldwide phenomenon. Especially I'm in the college town. Auburn University.
Yeah.
It's the summertime, so people ain't had nothing to do but play Pokemon all day. And so I was like, man, I need to do something with this, because all the other businesses were coming up with different foods and stuff to sell people that's based on Pokemon. I was like, I need to do something. So in Pokemon Go, there was 3 teams. There was they represent the legendary birds. So there was red, yellow, and blue.
Right.
So I was like, what if I made some T-shirts with the logos of the teams on them, and I just sold them. And so one of the keys to selling is people don't like to be sold to. So that's one thing. So they like to be.
These are some gems. I'm gonna have to get you come back. We're gonna have to sit down and just, man.
So I was like, okay, so people like to buy things. First of all, they don't like to be sold to, and they like to buy things that have a purpose behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, so first I don't have a purpose. So I was like, well, let me just figure out how to start selling them. So I just made a handful of them, and I put them in a backpack, and I had 3 shirts. I had 3 shirts, one of each color for each team. Then I would put them in a hanger, and I would hang them on the back of the backpack loop.
Right.
And so I would walk around and just play the game and just have them hanging on the back.
Right.
And I wouldn't tell them I was selling them or nothing like that. They're just there. And so from there, now the key to sales is to provide value. So from there, I became an expert in the game. So I learned everything there was to know about Pokemon Go. And when everybody was like, hey, does anybody know so-and-so? And I was like, yeah, I got you. So I walk over there and I was like, yeah, let me show you how to do it. So boom, I show them how to do it and stuff. And I'm vlogging this the whole time on Instagram and stuff too, so my followers can see me doing stuff and stuff like that. And then people's like, hey, you got shirts? I was like, yeah. She's like, you're selling those? I'm like, yeah.
Man, this boy's a genius.
And I was like, how much? And I was like, $15. Like, $15? That ain't bad. All right. And then they'll just buy a shirt. I didn't have to sell them. I didn't have to advertise. I didn't have to do nothing. It was just there. Just give people the opportunity to be sold to, and give them something they want. Provide value.
I know y'all see me shaking my head right now. I'm not shaking my head because it's just like, oh my God. But see, I'm listening to what he's saying. The nerd hot fire himself. And I'm like, okay. In my mind, I'm like, I got this, and this. I'm trying to do over here. So how am I going to incorporate with this, and but I'm for real.
I got you, man. I got you. We
got our something. I know my something is I got merchandise, and we're gonna talk about it because Yeah,
But see,
I got you. Yeah, we finna.
I had to find my something, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't want you to. I want you to continue to do your something, but I want to definitely. That's my thing. It's like I talk about it all the time. I want to stay in my lane. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm doing.
True.
But
you got to.
So I don't mind if that's what you're good at. We're gonna promote that. We're gonna bring that because that makes a lot of sense. What's the triangle? Oh, it's time to move over. See, that's what I need chemical over here, man. We over here talking, man. I ain't moving no doggone thing.
But then basically my something became, I want to start a gaming cafe for all the people who are playing to eventually have their own space to go to. Because basically we're all playing Pokemon Go on the street. We're hanging out. There's no central hub for nerdy people to go and actually made for them.
And as my son would do, and there you go. That's his. Sure, and
then I sold all the shirts to make money to start the business.
Man,
and that's how Nerd Torch Cafe got started.
And with that, we'll be moving on to the art segment. GameFi podcast, gaming, art, music, esports, and film. Sitting here with Nerd Hop Fire himself. We're getting into our art, animation segment. We just learned about the journey to get the Nerd Torch Cafe up and running and everything. And there's some awesome gems being let go on that. So I'm just so interested in what now we're gonna get into some of this thing because they say in an anime, so we're gonna figure out, you know what I'm saying, where he at with that, man. We're gonna really figure out where he at on that one. So we're just gonna go right into it. We're gonna belabor the point. All right. NHF for short.
Oh yeah, Nitro.
I said Nerd Hot Fire.
Oh, it's the same thing.
It's a Nitro Hot Fire because you got to add a little nitroglycerin to that thing, make it pop, make it blow. So listen, when it comes to anime, you said you're in the anime. What's your favorite anime? What's your favorite one, and what are you currently watching right now?
I gotta say my favorite one's mine. I'm working on my own anime.
And see, okay, marketing, y'all. Favorite anime is mine. I'm working on it. So
working on it, man.
Can you share? What can you share with us right now? I know you can't share a whole lot. But
I don't mind sharing.
Well, there you go. Well, let's let it. You hearing it first here on GameFi podcast. We're gonna learn about this anime from the Nitro Hot Fire himself.
So my anime is called Chief Lo, Journey for the True Master. It was actually an experimental project. So I was like, I'm a very high energy individual. So I love anime. Like one of my top anime is old school Dragon Ball, like from the 80s. Of course. So you would have to say my favorite anime that I'm not working on is probably Yu Yu Hakusho. So
all right.
That one has a special place in my heart. But I've noticed that a lot of these anime keep to their genres and they kind of stick to those things in the universes that they build. Right. So I was wondering, like, could I make something that kind of mixes genres together? Okay. And so, like, my overarching story is about a martial artist who is traveling the world to find the true master.
Who's the master? Show enough.
Exactly. So what ends up happening is I wanted to combine the genres of martial arts. We have some sci-fi because there's an alien invasion. Okay. But then I threw in fantasy as well. So fantasy being like Narnia. So we have like mythological creatures. So like the main plot of the story is that there's a organization that resides in the spirit realm, and they are basically they're terrorists. They come into the real world and they take people and they use their people's life force for energy to power their weapons and technology.
Okay, little matrix is going on in there. Got you.
And so instead of using weapons like guns and missiles and stuff like that, they use mythological creatures. They weaponize them. So you have like dragons with missile launchers attached to them and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, we getting into it now. Y'all.
I have crazy dreams, and so it started off me just writing that stuff, and then it kind of changed into what it is now. That's
a tip. I don't want y'all. Hey, I'm gonna make sure y'all getting these nuggets. So when you dreaming the things you dream, whatever it is, when it has something to do with a project you want to work on, just anything, write it down. Write it. Put your dream book next to your nightstand. Write it down because you're gonna forget it.
Exactly.
If you don't write it down, you're gonna forget it, and it's gonna be gone. So you got to do that.
I always tell people, don't let them dreams go to waste. Because if you like, man, you wake up and like, man, I had a crazy dream. It's like that could be a movie.
There it is. There it is. Or anime.
Or anime. Exactly.
There it is, man.
And so like, I'm really into shonen anime. I grew up in the 90s, obviously. So, like I said, Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho, stuff I'm watching right now. I'm watching. I'm actually started watching Hunter x Hunter because everybody's been telling me you need to watch Hunter x Hunter. I can't say that. I'm liking it, but I can't say that I'm probably gonna keep up with it. I'll probably finish it, but I'm not as big of a fan as everybody else is.
Okay.
Because the guy who made Hunter x Hunter is the same guy who made Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh.
And so I felt like, oh, this is perfect for me, But here's the thing. He basically wrote that story twice. So
it's the same.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Like
okay, I can see that.
It's almost like point for point, like plot point for plot point.
Just different characters.
The same thing. Different characters. The characters all behave the same as the ones over in Yu Yu Hakusho. They all dress the same as Yu Yu Hakusho. And all the arcs. So far, I'm in the what's this? The arc where they were getting to become hunters. So they went through the trials. So that arc is literally like a copy and paste from when Yusuke was trying to become the spirit detective.
Gotcha.
And get the power from Genkai. So I was like,
that's
man,
amazing.
And all the trials that they're going through in Hunter x Hunter are the same ones.
They sure. Man.
So I'm like, why
but guess what though? If it ain't broke,
don't fix it.
You gotta fix it. You can just rinse, wash, and repeat.
And now there's a lot of people who are younger than me who love Hunter x Hunter and don't even know Yu Yu Hakusho exists. They're like, Yu Yu Hakusho, what's that? And I'm like, you watched it.
You know what? Here you go. Check it out. Because we do that to my kids all the time. They think things are brand new.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that's just this right here. Boom, boom, boom. I'll pull it up on YouTube and they'll be like,
oh, yeah.
Oh. And they get mad when they try to come to us when they think they done found something new. And they be like, I bet you ain't never heard. And then we, boom. that ain't nothing but this. They be like, So they be trying to stomp us on stuff all the time.
So I actually was getting my wife into old school Dragon Ball because she's like, I want to know what the hype is about. So I was like, the hype doesn't start in Dragon Ball Z. It starts in Dragon Ball.
Oh no, you can't. Look, let me tell you something. You got to go back. But let's give the queen her shout out. Your wife's name?
Oh yeah, my wife is Leilani Manjuri. She helps me with pretty much everything I'm working on. She's a hard worker. She works a little bit too hard, so I try to. I'm having to sit down now. So she's not allowed to work right now.
hey, that's what a lover husband's supposed to do. You're supposed to help her to shoulder the load, but sometimes you got to be the one to be like, sit down, sit down right now.
She fight me on it too because she Hispanic, so she a little spicy. So she
black and brown. We black and brown unite. That's how we got to do. So, hello, how you doing? I know you're going to get it. I know you can't wait till this come out. So we just gave you a shout out, your flowers. You are awesome. You're wonderful. Thank you for all the help. Can't wait to meet you. So you're going to meet my wife, Chiquita. Y'all going to have some fun because you sound about the same, got the same temperament because she is a very hard worker and she just,
it's like it's her thing. So, but I got to take it from her. She's been working too much.
Oh, man, babe. I understand it, but I appreciate that. I appreciate you because he wouldn't be who he is right now without you. So that's how that goes. Definitely. That's how it goes.
And so I threw her into Dragon Ball, and I'm watching it, now after watching so much anime, because back in the day when I watched it the first time, it was like, this is all I had. Mm-hmm. But now I'm starting to see, like, so much stuff that they
came out of it. Yeah.
Like in Naruto, Kakashi gave the Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura the bell test where they had to take the bell from him.
Right.
Yeah, Goku had to do the same thing. From Master Korn, the cat, in Korn's Tower. He had to take the mystic water from him.
Wow.
Yeah, it took him 3 days to do it.
Man, and that's the thing about it. See, you got to be, hopefully you prepare her for that. If you're doing Dragon Ball and then into Dragon Ball Z, you never go, it's going to take a while. You got to commit. You got to commit because it's going to take a month to get through.
Oh yeah.
Going
back though too, watching that, it's kind of like I realize now where it's like everybody's always like nobody's beating Goku. Like we know how Goku's the planet buster, he's so super strong and stuff like that. But really, it goes back deeper than him just being strong. Like some of the like techniques and stuff he had to learn, some of the trials he had to go through. Like he's been training with God since he was a kid.
And he's still training to this day. That's what it feels like. Goku don't ever stop training. When he was traveling, and he was like on the spaceships and whatnot, he was always training in between going to fight somebody or going to do whatever. He was always training. Always training.
And then I tell people this too, because I get people in my shop all the time having conversations like this all the time. A lot of people are like, when's Vegeta gonna finally beat Goku? And I tell them this all the time. It's like, go watch Dragon Ball, and you will know the answer is never.
He ain't never, because Vegeta stopped. Vegeta don't train. I mean, Vegeta think that's it. And that was one of the reasons why Goku was always able to ascend higher, quicker.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was always pushing himself, and he wasn't ever afraid to get beat down.
Exactly. I would say this too. I would go as far
He'll take that L
to say in Dragon Ball in Dragon Ball Z they actually nerfed Goku, cause like he started fighting more like the Saiyans. The Saiyans, they just throw hands. That's it. Throw hands, blow stuff up. But like if you look in Dragon Ball, he was very technical, you know. And so when they came out with Z, I know the writer, he wanted to simplify things. So at that point, Goku's just throwing hands. He's not as technical as he used to be, you know? And so then when they came out with Super, they started giving him a lot of his old techniques and stuff that he used to do. Goku was doing telekinesis, mind reading, like they had this man doing. And then I know the hot thing right now for him is Ultra Instinct. If you go back in Dragon Ball, you'll see everything he talked about what Ultra Instinct is, he learned from Popo.
I was going to say,
Popo trained him, and everything he realized as an adult to become to have the Ultra Instinct form.
Between Popo, Piccolo, and who else was gosh,
Roshi. He trained with Roshi too.
All of that training.
Yeah,
man, he was always something new.
Yeah, man. When we was watching that, we made it to the arc where he trained with Popo, and I was like, is Popo teaching him Ultra Instinct? Like, it was literally the exact same thing, and they basically just brought back all the stuff in Dragon Ball that we like.
Man, well, what's the name of your anime one more time?
Chi Flow, Journey for the True Master.
Have you put that out on social yet? Does anybody know this is the first time you actually really telling anybody?
It's on Facebook. It's under Chi Flow Universe. That's CHI-Flow, FLOW, and Universe, Chi Flow Universe.
You heard it here.
And you can read book 1 and 2 on Facebook right now.
Book 1 and 2 are already out. So what are you doing on for the illustration now? Who's working with you on that?
I'm doing a commission for artists. So my next project is actually not even going to be a continuation of the Chi Flow story. It's going to be what I like to call a pitch book. So I'm always experimenting with business. So the pitch book it goes back to sales. Cause I'm tired of commissioning artists. They expensive. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I know.
My first.
I'm paying a lot of folks to do a lot of different things, man. Yeah, it's tough. Hot. It's tough, but we trying to hit that one thing, and then we be able to pay everybody everything.
So then, because now I was like, I need to just get a studio behind me, like a bigger studio that I can just pay them. Like somebody professional, like Pixar or something bigger, because Pixar actually does commission work.
Really, so, I didn't know that Pixar does commission. Okay.
So I actually called them up on the phone and asked them like what the process is like and stuff like that.
You ain't hit them with the So I have this. We have this anime that you are going to be.
Oh no.
And you hit them with hit them with the Jedi mind trick, so they be like, oh, that's right, we're supposed to be working on that project.
Because if I do that, they will get me off the phone as fast as possible. Because people don't like to be sold to, and big companies like that, they are not allowed to be sold to.
Right.
So so there's that situation too. So I had to learn how the game works. So my pitch book idea is I have my outline of the story written all the way for the entire series up until I'm at the middle point now. So I stopped at the middle point because I got busy with stuff. But I'm gonna finish it out, and I'm gonna actually put the first 2 books in one book, and then I'm gonna put the outline for the story. So it's not a script, but it's just the outline of every event that happens in the series, like in chronological order.
Okay.
And so you can technically read the story like in an outline format, and then throughout the outline, I'm actually, whenever new characters are introduced, I'm actually throwing up like artwork of what that character looks like, maybe even like the process of well, we wanted him to look like this, but we changed it. This is the final design. Like the whole process, I'm putting it in a book, right?
Okay.
And so from there, once that book is finished, I'm actually going to go straight to producers and start talking to them. And now,
you've designed everything they need, so at that point they just can pick it up. It's not
like
a lot of work.
Earlier,
they ain't got to do nothing.
It's just a yes or a no.
It's a yes or no. They ain't got to do nothing. They just pick it up and run with it.
And that's why a lot of artists don't get picked up, because like, hey, they come to the big companies like, hey, I got this idea, and then it's like, how much you got of it? And it's like, I'm like a quarter of the way done. So now they have to look at you and it's like, why would we? Because if we give you money, now we're gambling. It's not a sure thing. So if I give you money for this, I don't know if you're gonna finish. I don't know if like your artwork is gonna get finished. I don't know. You might disappear at some point. You know, like we don't know. Why would we give you a check and we have nothing to really gain from it? We're just betting on you to give us hopes and dreams that you might know what you're doing and you might be able to give us something.
Now, you're the first person that has couched it quite like that, because we'll talk about, because we come across, so we do a lot of stuff on the educational side, right? Yeah. We've already built curriculum, and we've done it before as well, and we've gone to people in the past to be like, we have this, we want to do that, and I like what you're telling me, because it's helping me to see it a little bit differently as we're going to people. But we've done stuff already, so it's like it's already done. It's not they want proof of concept. We've already proven it. We got it. We've done it. It's not just on the back of the napkin. But we look around and we see folks that put stuff on the back of the napkin that do get a check, and we like, but we understand that that's more so from relationship than it is. Them understanding that they can actually do what it is they say they can do.
My thought process behind that is Master P. I told you I watched a lot of interviews.
You already know. I want to go ahead and say it, because that's one of the people we follow. My wife and I, we look at all the documentaries. Every time he talks about what he's doing, we make sure that we do it. But go ahead.
Yeah, Master P said that he realized when he was doing music, he was like, there's a lot of rappers out here and nobody's selling t-shirts. He's like, if you have a business of any kind and your logo ain't on something that you can sell, then you doing it wrong.
You're right about that.
And so at that point, it's just gambling now, because like I said, I was on YouTube, and so I was hoping to get somebody to find. They always say you got to find something, the right person has to see you, and you're going to blow up. And so that's the same thing as buying a lottery ticket. So now you just buy a lottery ticket, and every time you upload, hoping the right person see you, you buying another lottery ticket to hopefully that somebody going to see you and blow you up. And so at that point, you got to stop looking at it as I'm buying a lottery ticket. And then I saw another commercial that kind of stuck with me on top of that. Somebody, I don't know where I saw it, but it was some TV show where somebody was excited that they bought a lottery ticket. It's like, yes, this is going to be the answer to all my problems.
So it's a Bronny commercial.
I'm not sure.
Wait. Finish, because finish what you said.
I don't know what it was, but it was a talking baby involved.
Oh, never mind.
I don't know what it was.
That was the one they spilled something. They was going to spill something on it now. Keep going.
But the baby said this, and it hit me so hard. He said, why would you buy a lottery ticket? He's like, do you know the odds of you winning the lottery are the exact same of you getting mauled by a polar bear and a grizzly bear at the same time? And so that's when I realized that me uploading like I do, hoping for the right person to see it, hoping that something will happen, it was like the odds of that being successful are the same odds of me getting mauled by a polar bear and a grizzly bear at the same time. And so that's where the pitch book comes in at, and that's where it's like, all right, I'm going to do all the work. And then I'm going to do all the work all the way to the end. I'm going to get everything to the end. I'm going to even find a company that's willing to produce it, and they're going to give me a price. Now, all you got to do is like, you got money or not? Read the book, look at it, everything's here, it's in your face, it's done. You trying to sign a check or no? No? All right, I'm about to find the next person.
Now, with that, we're going to go ahead and take this into the music segment right there, man. You dropping so many gems. We are actually going to, while we're here, I got so many things going around. Let's go ahead and kick it on over to the music segment. Yeah. All right, you hear the beat? You think you do something with that?
I don't know. Let me see. Let me hear it right quick.
Yeah.
I can do something with it.
All right. DJ, run that back. And DJ is me. Here we go, GameFi podcast, everything gaming, art, music, esports, film. We about to hit this music. Give us some of that hot fire.
I'm metaphorically interesting, lyrically super sickening. My bar's so hot, they melt your shoes up in the kitchen. A diamond-edged katana, my tongue is just raining thunder. I'm doing this for my mama, niece, nephew, and even London. Luke Kane with these lyrics. Yeah, I'm a hot spitter, mad kicker, like lyrics killing. Let me stop.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Jay Black, this is the first time anybody has been able to do anything with this. Man, Nitro on fire!
I mean, I can keep it.
But, hey, wait, they got to pay for this. They got to pay for the rest. Y'all heard it right here, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take this track right here and we're gonna make something with that right there. So that's our something. That's another one of our somethings right there, man.
I haven't done it in a minute now.
That was tight. Hey, that was tight, man. We're gonna have to dust that off and see what you're trying to do. Now that we're in the music segment, well, we heard the chops. So let's talk a little bit about your former rapping career. So kind of, where were you trying to do that? Like what genre? Where were you trying to exist at in the whole rap hip hop world?
Honestly, man,
wait. What was your name? What was your name?
Oh, well, it was Nitro Hot Fire.
Oh, he was still Nitro Hot Fire. He ain't playing. I mean, Nitro Hot Fire.
Yeah, that's where it came from. So I used to play Ultimate Frisbee. And so that was my nickname on the Frisbee field, was Nitro, because I was fast.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, I kind of, you remember Making the Band?
Yeah.
You remember Dylan?
Yeah.
Spit Hot Fire?
Dylan.
So I was like, man, I'm going to be like Dylan. I'm going to spit hot fire. And so it started off as like something funny. But then I was like, I'm going to try to actually like pursue this seriously. So I started just uploading music videos to YouTube and promoting them. And my goal was really to just be like an influencer, just like a YouTube rapper. I didn't really want to do shows and stuff like that.
You just a little before your time. Because if you did that right now, you'd be blowing up right now.
I could be, man. I could be. But
his Wu-Tang name is Desperado Small.
Desperado Small. That's your alter ego. That's your Wu-Tang name. My Wu-Tang name is Crane Violet. Yeah, we figured that out the other day, man. Okay, man, that's what's up. That's what's up.
But I had stage fright. That's why I want to do shows.
Stage fright.
Yeah, I had stage fright.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Growing up, I kind of had a little bit of stage fright too, but my parents kept putting me out there, so I had to get over it quick, fast. And I tell students like that all the time. They think because I'm a youth minister too. So when I get up and preach, they be like, oh, you do it so naturally. You get out in front of people, you don't mind talking. I grab a microphone. Somebody say they got to have somebody say something. I get out there and say whatever. Yeah. I don't care. I'm doing it. It don't matter how many people out there in the audience, I'm going to make it do what it do. But I still tell you, my knees still shake. My knees ain't never stopped shaking. It never stopped shaking. And then I learned the trick. I don't know who it was that told me the trick. They said, move around. Don't just stand there. See, your knees shake because you're standing there. But if you walk around, your knees ain't got time to shake and then you'll get more natural in your flow, and that'll help you with any kind of stage fright if you actually move around.
Yeah. I didn't get those tricks, man. I had a friend, my friend Pele. He just would book me for shows and
just throw you out there.
And then he'll tell me, hey, man, I'm having this party, man. You coming through? It's like, oh, snap. I got to support my boy. I'm coming to the party. He's like, yeah, we're going to have live performances and everything. I was like,
and you was the live performance.
Yeah. And then the next thing you know, DJ, like, coming to the stage. Nitro, hot fire. I'm like dancing and stuff. And I'm like,
you're like, wait
hold up now. And then Spotlight hits your boy. And I'm like,
but you had stage fright. But did you care? Did you see it through?
At that point, I was like, well, I got to. He
put me out there.
Yeah, he put me out there. So I did it. And then because we also did like martial arts and stuff. So we've had like martial arts expos and stuff.
Okay.
And so he would invite me to the expo or the demonstration. They're demonstrating techniques and stuff to a crowd. And he was like, hey, man, I need you on stage right quick because you in the class, you know what's going on, and I need somebody more advanced than the students we got. Get up here. And I'm like, wait, what?
Just put you out there.
I'm not in uniform. I'm the only eyeball dude up there on stage or like in the crowd, like coming out of the crowd, regular clothes, like doing a martial arts demonstration. Everybody else is in uniform and everything like that.
But that's good because what that does for the audience that has not gotten into martial arts, you coming out of the crowd in your regular clothes connects to them because it's like you're a person just like me. Now, if they up there in their uniform, that means to them, it looks like those people belong there.
Yeah.
But now if I do it that way, then it's like, oh, I see him come out. Then you know what? I can go walk into a dojo, a studio, and get started because this dude just coming out there and then he actually got a little something. Nitro Hot Fire, he flipping and kicking and all that good stuff.
I was flipping and kicking.
See, there you go.
So that's how I got over my stage fright, just getting thrown into it.
That's it, man. You gotta get thrown in the fire, and then either you're gonna burn or you're gonna rise.
Eventually I realized, hey, I'm not nervous no more. Like,
you do it enough times, yeah. That's exactly what it's doing. But so are you thinking, so how does music play in, so you got this anime that you're doing right now. Now, are you thinking about the music that's gonna go along with your anime?
Yeah, I'm actually, it's not something that I would normally do because I would start off as a rapper, but I want something more rock inspired, like rock and maybe a little bit of hip hop, rock and hip hop put together.
Okay.
So the music aspect of it, I will say, is not necessarily on the forefront of everything because everything else is just so hard. For me, I look at music like, all right, this is easy, I got this. But now I got to put all this extra work in the stuff I don't even understand.
You got that. So what do you listen to right now, hip hop wise and rock wise? And I picked up on that. You're a rocker. So what are you listening on both sides of that?
As far as rock, it's kind of like whatever my Pandora throws at me. I like to pick a genre, put it in Pandora, and don't thumbs up or thumbs down anything, and just see what happens.
I mean, hey, you might as well. That's when you learn about some cool stuff that you never heard about. So
I don't want them to send me only stuff that I would know. I want. That's how you find new stuff.
Right, exactly. Are you familiar with this group called Punk Black?
I've heard of them. I don't know what songs I have heard from them.
So Punk Black is like a community, right? So it's not just one band, a group of band. I'm not sure about, but I'm thinking it's like that. But they are interesting. I've heard a couple songs, and I've gone to a couple of events where they've been at. But
I've been seeing some stuff on like some of the black. I think some like black nerd groups.
Oh yeah. So when it comes to cosplay plus rock and roll, that's the group right there. I mean, that community right there really blends it a lot, really well together when it comes to cosplay and rock and roll. So check them out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. As you creating, you can get you a little music while you creating.
Exactly.
When I create, I hear songs that helps inspire me to do the different.
And I'm
things
always liking I don't want to be the dude that's the best in the room as well. Nah. So I'm always looking for other people that do their creative thing as well, and like add those things to my projects and stuff. So
hey, Voltron Unite, man.
Yeah, I always reach out to like folks and stuff like that too. Like, hey, y'all do music? Y'all trying to put y'all music in anime?
Hey, and that could be, I mean, for real. So if you're thinking on a rock side like that, check them out. Put them out there, give them some ideas, see what they come back with.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That'll help you get there. Then you ain't got to worry about that. You can just stay in your lane, get your anime together. They throw their music on top of it. If it works for you, and then y'all grow together.
Yeah, it'd be lit.
That's how we do. That's how the community got to come together, do what we need to do.
And then on like hip hop side, there's Jaden. I've been listening to Jaden Smith.
Really?
Yeah, Jaden is interesting as far as like business wise as well as music. I think he makes most of his money. Like, I've been watching his career. I think he makes most of his money from making music for like games and movies and stuff. I didn't know
Jaden Smith made music for games, because we were talking about that for a while, because a part of the industry, not a lot of people think about that part. They think, when it's game design, you just designing the game, you just coding, you just doing that. But then you got the voiceovers, your voice actors. We talked about that a little bit earlier, and you also have the music that goes into games. We were with a guy who oh man, his name escapes me, and this is horrible. But he did the scoring for Call of Duty. I forget which one, but he also did the scoring for Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh, that's what's up.
And so we talked about what we're doing, black man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would think that. They probably think it was somebody out of Japan or whatever doing. Yeah. No. It's the brother killing the game. So, but he said something similar to what you were saying. He worked in the game design industry for a while, and he worked and he was in the place. He got this opportunity because people were like, we need something for this, and he had something. that he could throw in there real quick. Or, he just, he's like, okay, what does this sound like to you? And they were like, oh, that sounds good. And they either took that or they were like, okay, well, let's keep working on it. Keep going past and seeing what could come from that. So, again, having that something ready to go, because he had already written and scored and composed a lot of things. He already had stuff that he could pull from already. So that was pretty cool. And it just, again, shows what you're saying, but it gets to that music side of gaming that not a lot of people do. Because you're either listening to a game inside the game that you're playing, or you listen to music while you're playing the game and get you in the mood so you can go ahead and focus on what you're trying to do in the game. So I'm glad you made that made that connection.
There's a lot of different avenues in like every creative industry that can like branch off into like different ways to make money.
Man, that's too many gems. Let's keep it going. So we did gaming, art, music. Now it's time for some esports. Ooh. Drum majors coming down. Getting everybody around, you see, you got your competitors lined up behind the drum majors. They walking to the stage, getting ready for the tournament, and that's for me, being a graduate of Tuskegee University. I was in the band, so that's what we did. We was just getting ready, get you pumped up, and it's nothing like having that marching band getting you ready for competition. I mean, to get the football players hyped, to get the basketball players hyped. We even played at the volleyball games, man. It didn't matter. They was like, look, can y'all come do a pep band? And we was rocking. We was having a good time. So we wanted to make sure we brought all that in there. But the GameFi podcast, y'all rocking here with Nitro Hot Fire and Coach E, Crane Violet. And what was the Wu-Tang name? You lied, man. What was it? It was like Desperado Small. Yeah.
Desperado Small.
Gotta remember that. Desperado Small. You gotta remember that. We moving into the esports segment. So earlier we talked a little bit about, and man, you just really are throwing down a bunch of gems right now. You talked about your cafe, and you talked about some things you got going on. What kind of how are you incorporating esports, and how is esports influencing what's going on in the cafe right now?
Right now, we do a lot of competitive players play Smash Bros there every Thursday. So every Thursday, people can come by, hop in a Smash Bros tournament, take some L's and cry a little bit.
Are you playing?
Oh no.
Me neither.
I have retired my Smash Bros controller.
I don't even think I ever started a Smash Bros. I was like, no, thank you.
Sometimes I can hang with them though. I can hang a little bit, but nah, they next level, man. That's all they do.
Wow.
They like the LeBron of Smash Bros. They go home. They running like combo practices.
I know. I mean, and that's what you gotta do. And I tell my students all the time, because we have a youth esports league, and even when I'm talking to parents, they're like, they're just gonna be playing. I'm like, no, they actually have to practice. If you want to compete now, of course you can just pick up your sticks or whatever, and you got to go beyond you just playing and you beating the computer, this, that, and other. Nah. You about to compete against some people who are actually practicing. So those tutorials that you never opened up and you've never tried, you got to actually go into those tutorials and master those tutorials.
Oh yeah.
So you know what you're doing,
man. Some of these guys, like professional gamers, operate on another level of just knowledge of what they know about the game. Some of these guys, I can hear them conversating about Smash. Like, oh yeah, this move comes out at frame 3, and I'm like,
the frame boxes and the
hit
timing.
Boxes.
I mean,
it's like this move only works to this character and this character, but I'm gonna learn it anyway because you never know when I might fight those two people. And I'm like, what?
You gotta be ready. I mean, so there's I forget the name of this website, because I got like 58 students out of Florida that I work with on an after school basis, and they're going to be competing in our league in Rocket League, Smash Brothers, and Mario Kart.
Okay. Ooh, I might have to hop in there.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Don't worry. I'll meet you. Hey, I hit you up so they can meet you, because the other part of it is, and I say this as well, the difference between esports or just gaming in general and any other sport that, because first of all, it's a sport. Number one, it really is.
Oh, yeah.
And any other sport that you can play, which I played, football, basketball, baseball, all of that. Yeah. When you are in there, you just really are learning about the game and then just playing the plays that the coach wants you to do. Yeah. You're not learning about how to coach. You're not learning about, the business. And we talked about the business of because NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball is a business. Yeah. And so there's everything that it takes place right now. We watching one of the playoff games going on right now. Everything that it takes for that to happen right there is it's a slew of people making it happen. And it's a business, and esports is one of the sports that you can actually get a taste of that while you're actually playing.
Oh yeah,
you have time to do that, but when you're on the football field and practice, all you can do is do that. You can't do the rest of it. You can't
Coach
stream.
got you running the field.
You can't You can't stream. You can't manage your team. You can't practice and teach somebody else how to practice. You don't have time to do some lookups and then follow some people who are talking about it, and then you start talking about it, and then figuring out where you want to be in the industry, because the top 2%, just like in any other professional sport, are going to go pro.
Yeah.
But the other 98% can go pro and be professional in the other parts. Management, streaming, and this management, I'm talking about team and tournament management. It's some other places that you can exist.
I always tell people this, and like especially like artists, when it comes to making money, everybody looks at the top people. Like they look at Lil Wayne, they look at Kevin Gates, like the people who are at the top.
Right.
And those people, they making millions and millions of dollars and doing what they do. But there's other people below.
It's the iceberg.
Yeah, like
it's the iceberg.
You can literally, like, let's say if you was doing gaming, you can literally make like $60,000 a year off of gaming and just live a regular life, but you're a professional gamer. You don't have to make the millions of dollars. Like you can literally make like an honest, like everyday income off of doing that. And
because those people making the millions though, their lives are that. They don't have lives anymore.
And on top of that, they're outliers too. Those people are like other
top 2%. Top 2%.
But like even like in every other category, you can be successful at it. And I think because we have one guy at our store. I call him our residential professional gamer. He plays a lot of shooters, so he is.
Give him a shout out.
His name's Lunar. Shout out to Lunar, top 500 Overwatch player.
All right, Lunar. Hey, Lunar. Hey, Coach E, I'm about to call you, Lunar, because I need somebody like you on my team, man, to work with my students.
He's crazy, man. Like some of the stuff that he does, and we have a good handful of professional gamers that play there, and that's first off, that's all they do is play. Like you said, they're always
in Opelika, Alabama.
Man, it is crazy the type of people we
where are they coming from? Are they coming outside of Opelika to you? Or are they living in the area?
They living in the area. Like
that's what's up.
It's almost unfathomable to see the skill level some of these guys have and realize that you live here. Like
I mean, I'll put it like this. First of all, cost of living. If you're gonna be professional, that makes a difference. And if you want to be a pro gamer, if you're not necessarily making that money at the top level, cost of living matters. So you can't be living in California saying I'm a pro gamer and you ain't getting no money from it, because you're gonna be living on the street out your car if you even got a car.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can live in places like anywhere in Georgia and Alabama. The cost of living is very low. Yeah. So, you can do that, and you can have your little part-time job to help you make ends meet while you're still doing your pro game, and that fits in your schedule. So it makes sense. You gotta think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. One thing he has taught me, and a lot of the other higher tier gamers, because like I thought I was good when I opened the store, but the people that show up, like, dang, I don't know nothing. But one of the things I've learned by watching some of these guys play is they don't look at what the game was meant to do. They look at what the game allows you to do. And so that's kind of like, especially like gaming is more than visual, but we get caught up in the visual of it. And so you'll see characters do certain things with animations and stuff. And so our brains kind of map to that in like a realistic manner. Like for instance, like if you got Spider-Man, it's like, all right, so he gonna shoot this web this way. And then obviously his momentum will carry him like that, But they look at the game as like, I found out if I shoot the web this way, let it go, my momentum will carry me anyway.
And then I have time to shoot my web again.
And now I have time to do something else.
Wow.
I pull out a sniper rifle mid-air. And they're like, what?
Yeah, that's crazy. But that's a life lesson though.
Yeah.
Because if you look at life at what people tell you is supposed to be what you think is, just as, but what this world allows you to do. There's so much more you can do with it if you just figure it out. If I go in this direction, but I can also do this, but that's something new though. Yeah. That's not something, that's a way of thinking that not a lot of people have.
Yeah, that's why
that's why they're so successful.
It's very different way of thinking.
Wow.
Like I was playing Halo one night and I finally made it up. I got up to platinum rank, one of the platinum ranks. So that's like one of the mid to high ranks in that game right now, and in Halo, you die from a melee hit if you get hit twice, unless you get hit in the back. So if you get hit in the back, it's an insta kill. So I run up on this guy, I punch him in the face, right? And obviously with the animation, the way it works, I got time to punch him, he got time to punch me, but now I got time to punch him again, I should win that fight. So I run up to this guy, punch him in the face, and he sees me. I'm at full health. He punched me one time, I instantly die. And I'm like, what happened? Like, that's not what was supposed to happen. And then somebody else was like, oh yeah, that's the animation cancel. Like if you hit the melee button, tap X and then hit it again real fast, if you hit it fast enough, one punch will instantly kill you. And I'm like,
oh my God.
And I'm like, what?
Are you serious? Are you serious right now?
I was like, how do you know that? Like, this game came out a week ago.
That's crazy.
So I realized that usually when I get beaten, it's always by something I don't know. And it's always somebody who knows more than me.
But that's the cool thing about it, because I used to play poker professionally as well. And you know, what a lot of people will tell you is it's not about you know, the tournaments that you're in. It's about the number of hands that you play. Okay. The more you play, you see as many different combinations. So then when you're in a tournament, the way you become successful is you take that past knowledge.
Yeah.
And then you take it in there, because somebody gonna do something, somebody gonna bluff you out your shorts or something, they gonna play a different way. And it's also still a chance.
Yeah.
Even in video games, at the end of the day, it's still a chance, because it's like you press the combination at the right time, you gotta do it right. Something may happen. But if you've seen enough of it, you can kind of anticipate, and then it ups your play.
Yeah, I don't play enough, man. I tell you that.
But that's why I'm not pro. That's why I'm gonna stay in my lane, and I have fun when I do get the chance to play people and play in this way. But I never say I'm great at whatever, but I'm gonna have fun, because that's what I'm in. But if I'm telling myself, if you want to become pro, that's just like when I was coaching regular sports.
Yeah.
If y'all think y'all want to get a college scholarship, if y'all do want to be pro, if that's a great goal to have.
Yeah.
But you got to understand, in order to do that, you got to do all of these other things prior to you going and playing one down, one quarter in anything, one inning pro. It's a whole lot of work that it takes to get there. And the same thing in these sports is still the same thing.
You know, that reminds me of the Karate Kid. Mm-hmm. I had my Karate Kid moment with Lunar. He had a coaching session for 2 hours one day. He's like, all right, guys, I'm going to teach y'all how to be good at this game. And so he forced us to play the character with a sniper rifle called Widowmaker. So we had to play that character. And so what we had to do was he wanted us to headshot these robots in this training area.
So that was your wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we had to shoot 5 robots. So we had to get 5 headshots, shoot a grappling hook to this like bridge above us, jump in the air, do a 360 spin, and then shoot this robot that's on the top of this tower. And he had us practicing that for 2 hours.
2 hours straight.
2 hours straight. And I was like, and so I literally had the Karate Kid. Mom was like, there's literally no chance I would ever do this in a game. And so literally I loaded up the game and had that opportunity. So
grab look, do your spin, and take somebody out after you done headshot somebody else. That's crazy.
The ninja character showed up on me, Genji. He came up on me. I was sniping. I sniped somebody else. He came up on me close range. So I'm like trying to duck and weave on him, and he's fighting me. I just flicked the controller, shot the grappling hook to the air, jumped in the air, spun around, and headshot him from midair. I had that video saved on my Instagram too. I was like, I would never make the shot again.
Oh my goodness! But that's what I'm talking about right there. You know, you have that 2.5 hours right there. That could have been the difference. That could have been the difference between you, you know, making the cut for money when it comes to everything you need to do.
Oh yeah, man.
In a tournament, that right there. I mean, you know, you dying at that point will be that. So, oh man, that was good. Hey, check out. First of all, if y'all interested in playing in any tournaments, where could they find? I guess they go to the website and they can find out about the tournaments.
Nerdtorch.com. Go to the website. We have tournament information posted there, right on the homepage.
Oh, that's what's up, man. So with that, we are going to do. So we have gaming. We did our art segment. We did our music segment, esports. Now we're gonna get into the film segment. GameFi podcast, everybody. I hope y'all enjoying this like as much as I am. Sitting next to Nitro Hot Fire in the house. Now Joe over here doing this thing with the Nerd Torch Cafe off at Opelika, man. Make sure y'all do nerdtorch.com. Did I say that right?
Yes, sir.
Nerdtorch.com. We're going to go ahead and transition this and have a little fun in the film segment and do a little bit of talking on there. We just been having a good time here at the Live Hip Hop Daily Studios here in Atlanta, Georgia. Doing what we do. It's your guy, Coach E. I'm saying Crane Violet next to Desperado Small.
Desperado Small.
In the house. So film, we're gonna jump into film. So
ooh, I love this.
You know
I love film.
What are you watching? What's some movies that let's just get into it. I'm gonna let you kind of lead this one, and then I'm gonna interject everywhere. So film, what is it about movies that you love?
I love seeing things that are not realistically possible and watching people just do amazing things. Like, I love superhero movies, but I grew up on Jackie Chan, man. I watched Jackie Chan religiously as a kid. Man.
You know the outtakes at the end of the Jackie Chan movies, so you can see how they did the stuff. And you know what?
I think that's what got me started in film.
You know what tripped me out? Is when I was watching, I forget which movie it was, but Jackie Chan had to finish a movie in a cast that was painted to look like a dang tennis shoe.
That movie was Rumble in the Bronx.
Rumble in the Bronx, because he was in the store. He was the storekeeper, and he had moved. Man, I was like, Jackie Chan is the truth. Yeah. And first of all, Jackie Chan is like 139 years old. Jackie Chan been doing martial art movies since, I don't know, forever, because he was back in the days on Channel 69. Yeah. Them old martial art movies, Jackie Chan was in those. And I was like, dang.
I think he just hit his 200th movie recently.
Man, that dude. And he kept doing it. He was doing his own stunts. And he was like 200 years old doing his own stunts. Jackie Chan.
I think he's like 65.
Yeah. Jackie Chan got to be in his 70s and 80s, man. He got to be. I don't know. We're going to do some Googling. I'm waiting for my computer to come over. I'm like, how old is Jackie Chan? How old is this dude? But anyway, keep going. I'm going. Right.
But yeah, man, I think
67 years old.
67?
67?
Yeah, he started debuting around like what, 47, I think he said.
Man.
When he first got shown, like when he first came.
No. He was doing stuff when he was like, he had to be like 10.
Because I remember
something crazy.
He started when he was in his early 20s. I think because I know
in the mainstream movies, or you talking about like
in his kung fu movies?
Okay, in kung fu movies, because he did. You know, they it's God dog it. What is it called? For them, it's oh my goodness, what they call? I don't know what they call it. Kung fu theater. It's a kung fu theater style that they learn. Because they learned.
It's called Chinese Opera House.
Thank you, Chinese Opera House. It was there. They start there, and then that's where they start from, and then they go on to everything else that they do.
Yeah, it was Jackie. It was actually I think they called them the Three Dragons. It was Jackie and two other dudes that made kung fu movies. I think one of them was Chow Yun-Fat.
Yeah, I think he was there with them too. But I mean, they was out, man. You'd be amazed. So they started young. Yeah. And you had to start in Chinese Opera House, you had to start like young. Like I think, probably, single digit.
I'm not sure how old they were. I know
almost like a monk type of thing.
He got into acting when he used to get in trouble a lot. And so like acting kind of kept him out of it. He started as a stuntman for Bruce Lee.
Yeah. I can see that.
So I think his career is actually what got me into loving film as much as I do now. And I've always been just a fan of telling stories. I used to hang out with my nephew, and I used to make him laugh by just coming up with crazy stories just to tell him. And like some of the stuff I would come up with, I was like, man, it'd be crazy if this was actually on TV.
Did you write it down?
No, I didn't. That was before I started writing.
That's before you knew you needed to.
Yeah, back then I didn't even know that I was gonna be doing anything film related. And my mom used to always tell me, it's like, boy, you can be on TV. And I was like, mom, you crazy.
But she was telling the truth, though.
And then I started doing YouTube, and the music videos start progressing into like short films.
Okay.
And then I realized I like that a lot more than doing music videos.
So you got any kind of screenplays, anything you working on?
I'm working on my first feature film.
Nice.
It's called Blood Brothers. It's about a town that gets overran by vampires. And these guys have to kind of fight off the vampires.
How did you know vampires? Like that's one of my favorite. That vampires, werewolves, like my wife will tell you, any vampire movie that gets made, any movie about werewolves that ever gets made, I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. And you're right in the smack dab middle of the #1 film spot in the world. Atlanta.
Oh, of course. Shouts out to the Atlanta film.
Everything.
Just the industry, Atlanta film industry. They doing their doggone thing here in Atlanta. And I was talking about my mom the other day. I was talking about it. We was like, everything gets filmed here.
Yeah.
Portions of it. What we're working on though, and I was explaining to her, is we need to make sure that the pre and the post production still stays within the state. Because they'll come down here and film and then they'll leave.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the majority of the money that gets spent on films comes in pre and post production.
Exactly.
And so if we want to really elevate our sales, besides just being locations, we got to have the post production here as well.
Yeah, exactly. I know that just like I was telling you earlier, when I was interviewing all those people, I remember the first Avengers movie came out, and the end of it, I was so hyped. But I wasn't really so hyped about the movie per se. I was like, I gotta get on screen. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I gotta figure out a way. And so I started incorporating that into my interviews with my celebrity guests. So I was just asking, so how'd your career get started? And I hold it my head.
Oh yeah, get that story, man. I've started to do that now because there have been people filming movies because I'm a professor of esports at Morris Brown College, and they've been using Morris Brown in a lot of different movies and sets and things. And so I'll talk to the people, the behind the scenes, and I'm like, how'd y'all get started?
Yeah, exactly.
And they have some wild stories, but they've been doing it for like 15, 20 years.
Yeah. And I know that I asked so many people, but the person who actually gave me some solid advice was actually Danny Trejo. Danny Trejo, the guy who plays Machete. I actually got to interview him.
Really?
And at one of the conventions, and it was he told me just get on set.
He like 200 years old too, ain't he?
he might be.
That dude is old, and he the Latino dude that played the bad guy and everything.
Yeah. And he was the first celebrity I interviewed I actually got nervous about.
Oh, really? So you was fanboying around him?
Yeah. So that professional pitch I told you earlier, that fell apart when it came to him. And then I actually.
But you got the interview though.
I messed up the first interview. I had 2 interviews.
Oh.
I messed up the first one because I went back, interviewed the first day of the convention, went back to watch the footage, and I was like, this is trash. I'm stuttering, I'm nervous. I'm like, this is trash. I'm like, I have to ask for another one. I have to, because I gotta use this clout.
Right, to get your next one.
Get your next one. So I tried again, and he was cool. He was like, yeah, man, let's go ahead and do another interview, man. It's cool, because I like the audio messed up. I came up with stuff.
Well, you gave him a technical reason, and because he's in the industry, he understands that technical things happen.
Exactly.
Those are actual mishaps.
And what he told me is get on set. He said, if you have to do background, be a grip, do audio, whatever you have to do, get on set, and then from there, just take you the rest of the way. And so he kind of gave me some tips off camera about how to get on set, which is film industry. I like to call it the Illuminati.
It is.
So there's no job postings. Everything is on Facebook. So if y'all ever want to get in the film industry, it's on Facebook. That's how you do it. There's no application or nothing like that. They just say send in a selfie with your name and phone number, and that's it.
Or you know somebody.
That's
the only way you do it.
And then when I put in my first one, send in my first email, and I was like, there's no way this could be real. A selfie, my name and phone number, and the measurements of my clothes. That's it. That's all y'all need. And sure enough, I got called back, and it's like, hey, you got to show up for this. It was a movie called Noelle on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That was my first movie I did as background. Yep. And
where you at now? I'm gonna have to go look.
They cut my whole scene.
Did you make it?
That
was gonna be my second question. Did you make it? Because sometimes you get in there, you don't make it correct. The editing floor, but that editor, boy, that's the Grim Reaper.
I'm telling you, man, it was a whole scene that got cut. So hundreds of people got cut.
Man.
Yeah. So they threw the whole scene out. So I was like, dang. But it was my first one. I was obviously very nervous, but I was like, man, Danny Trejo put me here.
Did you send him a shout out? Did you let him know?
I haven't seen him since. So I had one conversation with this man, and you can't really reach out to people that big, Like,
I don't know. They might be on Instagram. You know, everybody. I mean, not that they'll hit you back.
But yeah,
not that they'll hit you
that's
back.
true. Because he got like 1 million people following him. I was like, he ain't gonna hear from me. Like,
But just put it out just so you can say your hand. So if you ever do send me, like, listen, I sent you a shout out. I ain't know how to get back to you. I just wanted to thank you.
Yeah.
Because I did make it onto a set. I followed your information.
The trick is, though, you don't talk to them. You talk to the agent. Find out who the agent is and contact the agent.
There you go.
You contact the agent and they'll decide what happens next. Now, I will say agents are tough in the film industry because I've called them the middleman who's designed to tell you no.
They are. No. All agents are. They decide to tell you no or make it as hard as possible.
Yeah, so every time I've been to a convention where I'm trying to do interviews, they're like, sorry, my guy, you got to talk to my agent. And I was like, all right, cool. And I go talk to the agent. It's like, no, we're not doing anything today. I'm like, dang. And then old dude will be looking at me because I actually would talk to the dude from Game of Thrones that played Hodor. The giant. Yeah, I talked to him, and he had me talk to his agent, and we was chopping it up. We was like talking. So I was like, yeah, man, let's do the video. He's like, wait. I gotta talk to my agent. Talk to the agent. She's like, no, we're not doing no videos, no nothing.
Wow.
And he was like, dang, sorry, man. I gotta listen to it.
Yeah.
But the film industry is like, I'm in love with it, man. Like any capacity that I can be on a set, like I'm trying to get there.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm gonna make sure. I'm trying to think. Like I know. I want to. I remember. So I'm an engineer. That's what I went to school for engineering. And when I got into the construction side of things, I was like, man, maybe I'll actually be somebody who, because I used to we would go to like. Universal Studios or whatever, and we go out to the lots and we would see, they'd have the sets, but it was just the front of it. It would just be a front, behind ain't nothing there.
Yeah,
or they would just build whatever they need to build, like they build the robots for, the animatronics or whatever. They had to build that stuff, and you built it in miniature or whatever. And I was like, that'd be kind of cool to kind of work in that area and to be in that part. But again, it's just what it said. You just got to show up. If you get on there and then you just get in where you fit in.
Yeah, I tell people, like, it's kind of like a grocery store, and everybody starts as the bag boy.
Yeah.
So unless you have like an in or a way to find like the connections you need, you gotta be background. That's your bag boy position. You gotta be background.
Right.
So I realized when I got on set my first time, like as background, I had opportunities to talk to other people who were like working and stuff. And so I remember talking to this one lady. She was script supervisor.
Okay.
And so I was not where I was supposed to be, by the way. so I was there to learn. So I would sneak out of holding just to go watch and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so this lady called me out. She's like, hey, you over there. And I was like, oh, crap, I'm about to get fired. And she was like, what are you doing? I was like, well, I just want to watch and learn. And she was like, okay, you want to learn how to do my job? And I was like, sure. She called me over. She gave me a hug. And she's like, all right, so I'm what you call a script supervisor. This is my job. I do this, and this. And then we sat there while they were shooting the scene. And she like guided me through how she did her job.
Wow.
And like why her job was important and stuff like that. And then so it became to a point now I noticed that every time I talk to anybody in any type of crew position, it's the same situation. They're just there to show you how it's done. Mm-hmm. And then there's like, hey, you want a job doing this?
I mean, it kind of is, because at the end of the day, they can't be on every set.
Yeah.
They can't do what they need to do. So it makes sense to be able to do that. So, man, a lot of great nuggets. I mean, dropping that. So please, out there, if y'all want to do any of this stuff, it's just get started. So if you had a chance to give somebody some advice, give yourself some advice, your 16, 15, 13-year-old self some advice, what would you say?
If it was for me, pick up a camera or pick up some type of art, because I was artistic as a child. I was like, learn how to sell. Learn how to sell. Selling will take you far in life. You will be thoroughly surprised.
Nice.
Like if you know how to sell, you can get to places that other people can't. Like I know people who have, especially like right now, we're in an era where everyone is trying to get their follower count up. Mm-hmm. And so people come to me all the time with that same type of question, like how do I get more followers? And I was like, you don't need more followers, you need more cash. Like that's what you need. And so I tell people you need to put yourself in a position with your art where people can give you money. Like the same way I had T-shirts hanging on a backpack. Like I put myself in a position to have money given to me.
Right. Okay. I see that.
So like I started a show where I interview business people. So I bounced off of my celebrity interviews to interviewing business people, how they get started. And I started selling advertisement slots.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a show that I started from the ground up, no followers at all. And I would tell people, I was like, hey, this is what I'm doing, help other entrepreneurs learn from other people that's done business. Every episode has an advertising slot in it, and that slot is $300. And so I would talk to other businesses. It's like, all right, if you want your business basically shouted out, it's going to be $300. So you can get viewership and advertisement off of who's watching our show, but also you have the opportunity to spread that knowledge to other people by funding it.
Right.
And
so now they promoting the show, and then the other people seeing the show, and then they seeing themselves being, I mean, God, dog, this boy genius. Jay Black, you hear this?
My first season of that show, and the advertising slot was like, I come up with an idea. I was like, is it that easy? And so I execute, and I just try it out. My first season, I did $1,000 with 0 followers. And it took me 6 hours because my interviews were an hour long. So my interviews were an hour long. I made like $1,000 from doing that. And then from there, it was more like $1,200 because I did $300 an episode. So from there, I got 0 following, and I've made more money than most people who post content on a regular basis.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah,
Often doing 6 hours.
We're gonna have to, we just got to really chop it up after that. You got anything coming up you want anybody to know about? And then also give them your socials, your handles, where they can follow you.
Things that I am working on right now. Like I said, I am working on the manga with the anime and stuff. I'm working on that pitch book. The pitch book is going to be coming out this year. My first movie, Blood Brothers, is also going to be coming out this summer. With that, I'm doing premieres first. So I'm doing premieres. And my strategy behind that is I'm going to be hosting premieres at conventions.
So, first of all, what's the rating on Blood Brothers?
So Blood Brothers is going to be PG-13.
Okay, good. So we're going to have an expo as a part of a conference that we're going to hold this summer. Yeah. So definitely want to invite you out there. That's another something. Yeah. See, I'm telling you, I'm coming up with something. So we're going to do some stuff. So you come out there, I want you to premiere your movie. I want you to be able to talk to people. And actually, let's do a panel with you. Because last year, we did a screening last summer. We had a young man that did an esports documentary. Yeah. So this year, we're going to talk about, we're going to throw Blood Brothers up in there.
Oh, that's what's up. The main thing I'm working on right now is just my Instagram page. I'm posting more there because
I'm going to have to get your tips on that right now. I'm trying to figure out what I need. I mean, I know what I need to do. I'm just trying to understand what.
I told you, it ain't going to be about followers, but you will get cash.
Okay. hey, that's all I'm worried about. That is all. Hey, the cash, to keep the lights on. That's another one of my mentors. He was like, listen, you in business, all you want to do is keep the lights on. Yeah. As long as you keep the lights on, keep the doors open, you in business.
And my Instagram is Nitro Hot Fire. So I'm posting there every day on a regular basis. I'm going back to my 9-to-5 posting I used to do on my Nerd Torch TV account. So I'm about to be posting.
Man, you got time to do nothing. Well, y'all hear the sirens. Y'all know what time it is. They about to tell us to leave. Get out the studio. Sitting here with my man Nitro Hot Fire, Nigel. Nigel, what's your last name?
Manjuri.
Nigel Manjuri. Hey, Nerd Torch Cafe in Opelika. Please make sure you're following this young man doing his thing. GameFi podcast, everything gaming, art, music, esports, film. We had a wealth of knowledge on this one. This is one of our longer episodes right here, so I don't know how we're going to shake this thing up. But, man, thank y'all for hanging with us. Season 2, doing what we do. Hey, I'm your guy, Coach E. GameFi podcast. Remember to practice what you preach, but not only practice what you preach, but preach what you practice, okay? Let everybody know what you're doing. Tell your story. And that's what we do here on the GameFi podcast. All right, peace, 2 fingers. Oh, man. Hey, dude, you do everything. God dog.